It's March 24th, 2020, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and you can tell I'm working hard journalisming because my sport coat is off, my tie is loosened, and my sleeves are rolled up. Also, I'm not wearing any pants. Major U.S. airlines are drafting plans for a potential shutdown of virtually all domestic passenger flights, according to industry officials. This decision does not affect Spirit Air, as they technically don't qualify as an airline. Canada won't send athletes to the Olympic Games in Tokyo unless the Games are postponed by 1 year, the country's Olympic Committee announced Sunday night. This has nothing to do with the coronavirus. Canada just wants all Summer Olympic sports to be replaced with curling. Also Monday, the president of the Portuguese Olympic Committee said that he hopes the Tokyo Games are postponed. Considering Portugal has 4 gold medals in 108 years, I don't blame them one bit. On Sunday, President Trump sent a letter to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un offering help fighting their coronavirus outbreak. Un replied, "We don't need help. We've discovered a way to ensure there are no deaths from coronavirus." Russian President Vladimir Putin said they are also successfully using the same strategy, while Chinese President Xi Jinping said he wishes China had thought of it first, even though the virus most certainly didn't start here in China, in Hubei province, in Wuhan, in a wet market where we eat bats. Never happened. Last Friday in Springfield, Missouri, a woman gave birth to a baby in the toilet paper aisle of a Walmart. An obvious choice, as it was the only aisle in the store that had a lot of space. The Missouri mother said the irony was that the baby was conceived 9 months earlier in the fitting room of that very same Walmart. Inspired by the location of the birth, the baby was named Great Value 2-Ply. Country music legend Kenny Rogers passed away this week at the age of 81. And you have to give it to the gambler. With the world engulfed in a global pandemic, the likes of which it hasn't seen for a century and a year, he sure knew that this was the right time to fold him. Oregon resident Ann Charkowitz won $1 million from the Oregon Lottery this past week. She credits her win to good karma after rescuing a toddler from being struck by a car. With global stock markets in flux, Charkowitz and her husband have decided to put all of their money into savings and to give absolutely nothing to the toddler. Well, things are going from worst to worster for convicted rapist Harvey Weinstein. He started the year off with debilitating back pain. He was then found guilty on 2 counts of sexual assault. He suffered heart palpitations, was sentenced to 23 years in prison, and now reportedly has tested positive for the coronavirus. My goodness, how much suffering can this poor man endure? Is a question that absolutely nobody is asking. And finally, a program note. We're all social distancing and staying inside as much as possible, unless you're one of those idiots who aren't, in which case, what is wrong with you? Sketchworks Comedy has a bunch of recorded live shows going back for years. So every week, in addition to a new NewsBrake every Tuesday, we'll be posting classic live sketches Wednesday through Friday. No, it's nowhere near as heroic as what all of our medical personnel are doing, what everyone who works at grocery stores are doing to keep the shelves stocked, what the truckers are doing to keep supply lines open, or literally millions of other people. But if we can bring you even a few laughs and make your days of isolation just a tiny bit better, no, it's not much in the grand scheme of things, but it's what we can do to help. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back tomorrow and every weekday from now on, and I hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me.
In addition to that, we have to make sure that we are in a position that we are, well, let me.
That's why they call it gambling.